This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, good morning, wherever you are. So today we have Marcus with us, and we are honored to have Marcus to join this Tech Talk series, which I have started last month approximately. And Marcus is the seventh speaker, so I'm honored his gesture. He's a senior principal consultant at Accenture Group, and with over 19 years of experience in Oracle solutions. He is providing Oracle database solutions, Oracle cloud solution infrastructure solutions, and is also a leader to share the knowledge in the DBA community. That's why he is Oracle Ace Pro, and he is wearing the nice T-shirt today. So we are honored to have you. So yes, welcome, Marcus. Good to see you.
Hi, Res. Well, thank you. It's an honor to have me here. For having me here. Thank you very much. Let's talk about some technical stuffs.
Okay. So, first question is regarding your journey, regarding your personal informations. If you want to share how you are in this Oracle product world, so if
Yeah, sure.
you can.
Yeah. Well, I started learning about Oracle on 2005, so 9 years ago. I'm from Brazil.
Yeah.
I was living in Brazil at that time. So I started learning the Oracle database, doing some official trainings from Oracle
Mm-hmm.
University. Then I became an Oracle DBA in
Okay.
a company called Discover. It's a Brazilian Oracle partner. I
Mm-hmm.
worked for Discover during, I would say, 9 years, I think, 9 years.
Okay.
So during this time at Discover, I was able to, when I started learning, I learned about Oracle 9i, the version 9i, but I worked with Oracle 8, Oracle 7,
Mm-hmm.
and I was able to learn in 2008 Oracle RAC. Oracle RAC is the
Okay.
real application clusters, right? In that
Yes.
time, for Oracle RAC, it was a feature that
Yeah.
a few people knows about it. And it was challenging to learn because on Oracle RAC, you need to mix your knowledge regarding database, operating system, network, storage, so all the stack for the infrastructure. And then
Mm-hmm.
when I learned Oracle RAC, I think, well, how can I help the community with this? Because at least in Brazil in the time, few people knows about Oracle RAC. So in the
Yes.
time, I start my blog. So I started
Mm-hmm.
blogging about Oracle RAC. This was in
Mm-hmm.
2010.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I was explaining how to install and configure Oracle RAC step by step. The version at the time it was Oracle 10G release 2.
Okay.
Uh, and because of those blog posts on 2011, I became an Oracle ace.
Oh,
So in
great.
the time I was the fifth Oracle ace in Brazil. So it was
Okay.
great because just sharing about something that I learned in 2008,
Yeah.
I received this, let me see, prize, right? Is award from the Oracle
Yes.
community.
Yes. Yes.
Then I continued blogging and speaking. In 2011, I also became a board member for the Brazilian Oracle Users Group. Uh,
Okay.
we call GUOB,
Yeah.
because every year we have some, as we have in India as well, right? The conference with some Oracle guys and
Yes. Yes.
community. We do the same in Brazil. And
Mm-hmm.
then I worked for Discover until 2014.
Mm-hmm.
In 2014, I joined Oracle
Okay.
in Brazil for the ACS department.
Okay.
And
Okay.
there's a policy on Oracle Ace. If you are
Yeah.
Oracle employee, you can't be an Oracle-based, right?
Yes.
So in that time, I become an Oracle-based alumnus. So
Yes.
I lost the status for Oracle-based, but okay, that's fine. So
Mm-hmm.
I worked for Oracle ACS for 4 years. But during
Okay.
this time, I was able to support guys. There's a guy. He's a very famous book
Mm-hmm.
writer for Oracle World.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Robert Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
So he wrote about an Oracle book, Oracle Armand Backup and Recovery. Okay,
Yes.
and I was one of the guys that helped with the technical review for some chapters.
Okay.
So I mean, I never write a book yet. Sometime in the future, but
Okay.
I received the honor to be part of the technical reviewers. So my name is in the book. I mean, it's not in the
Okay.
cover, but it's in the book. So
Inside
I
the
think
book.
that's a good point, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
I worked for ACS for 4 years, and then in 2018 I joined Accenture. Accenture, there is a group inside Accenture called Enkitec. So
Okay.
Enkitec is the group that we have the technical Oracle guys. So to join Tech, you must have at least 15 years working with
Mm-hmm.
database and Oracle technology. So I
Mm-hmm.
joined Tech in 2018, and then in 2019, I received the honor to become an Oracle ace again.
Okay.
So during this time, I just forgot to mention that I was starting work with Oracle Cloud on 2018, Terraform. Then in
Mm-hmm.
2019, I started working with Ansible about
Okay.
automation. I will explain about this later. I
Mm-hmm.
became an architect again in 2019, and then I was accepted to speak to Oracle Open World in San Francisco on
Okay.
2019 to talk about
Okay.
database migration to cloud, the methods to migrate database to
Mm-hmm.
cloud.
Okay.
Uh, and then I moved to US 2 years ago,
Okay.
in
Mm-hmm.
2022. I'm still
Mm-hmm.
on Grace. I'm still working for Accenture Enkitec Group,
Okay.
and I'm working mostly with automation. So
Okay.
regarding Oracle database itself, but using Ansible, so applying patches, uh, building environments, doing all the stuff with Ansible. Like
Okay. Thank you so much for this long explanation about your personal journey. We are honored. So, my first question is how would you define the cloud era in the context of database administration?
good question. Well, uh, what defines the cloud era, right? I mean, the cloud era, if we remember about how we usually configure and build the database in the past, let's think
Yes.
about the first step. First step, you must have your server, your physical server.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you are going to run your database in a virtual machine or physical
Yes.
server. Even
Yes.
if you are going to run on virtual machine, you must have your physical server first. So
Yes.
the companies must buy the physical server, buy the storage, buy the network, do all the cabling, the powering. I mean, all the stuff for the data centers, right? So usually
Yeah.
to deploy some database or some application, doesn't matter, or some ecosystem, companies
Mhm.
mostly will spend 2 3 months to build their environments.
Mhm.
So what defines the cloud era? Cloud era, you are still running your workload, your database in a server, but the server is not yours, right? The server is
Yes.
for another company. And the main
Yeah.
point about cloud is the agility to build your environments because you don't need to wait to buy your server, to buy your storage, to buy your network. Everything is there. So you just need
Yeah.
to create your virtual network, your servers, and then what defines the cloud era about database? I would say it's easy and it's fast to build environments. So you can
Okay.
just bring up a database in a few minutes instead maybe weeks or months. And also with Cloud Era, you can have the chance to build your environments using code. So in the past, the technical guy must go to data center, must power, plug all the cables, and now you can deploy your environment using code. So this with this you can speed up your deployment process for lots and hundreds of servers if you want.
Okay, thank you. So, according to you, what are the key trends driving the adoption of cloud to the management of the database for the DBA?
Okay, so the key trends, I would say mostly regarding about on cloud, you can be scalable, right? So you can, for example, build your environments with few CPUs, few memory, and if you need it, you can just scale up according with your demand. This is the most, I would say, the most key trend about cloud. You can just, it's scalable. So you can scale up, scale down according with your demand. So it's easy to scale your database if you want. I would say that's the main point about, main key trend about database, right, in the cloud era. And also, again, you have the ability to deploy fastly your databases following some security standards, some compliance features. Why? Because all the structure, all the stack is following some security standards and compliances. Why? Because when you are working with cloud, the companies that are running the cloud, they must provide you some basic security features and compliances because you are running your workload in a server outside your data center. So they need to follow some strict rules about security.
Okay, thank you. So, according to you, how has the role of traditional DBA or cloud DBA differ?
Okay, so if you think about the traditional DBA, he usually will work with database only, right? I mean, and most of the time, the traditional DBA will just know about database only. See, I'm saying just know because if you ask me if I agree with that, I would say no. Because as a DBA, you must have knowledge in network. You don't need to be a network administrator. You are not going to configure a network switch, but you need to know, for example, if you are using a shared physical network segment, what are the performance impacts for your infrastructure if you are going to share your network, or if you are going to share your storage, or if you are going to share your physical server with lots of virtual machines. So, but most of the time, traditional DBAs, they use it to only know about database.
Yes.
And when they are moving to cloud, the DBA must have, I would say that must have and not should have knowledge regarding network. For example, you have your your database server on cloud. You have your applications. So are you running on the same subnet? If not, what are the firewall rules? We call this security lists. What are the security lists you are going to implement to make sure your applications can connect to your database? And what will be your security rules to make sure that you as a DBA can connect to your database server in a safe manner, right? So, I mean, you cannot simply open all the ports to the internet because if you do that, well, you are under risk to be maybe receive some attack. So DBA must have knowledge of network when it's going to cloud. Must have some knowledge on security, at least on the part to make sure that the user is connecting to the cloud console. For example, you have a DBA team, and you have, for example, a DBA that's just starting his career now. Probably this DBA cannot, for example, destroy environments in the production destroy virtual machines and production environment. Because if click by mistake to destroy, you can destroy your environment in a few seconds. So
Yeah.
DBA cloud era, I would say, compared with the traditional DBA, must have knowledge on network, security, automation, because in the past, DBAs were only worried about maybe shell script, PL
Mm-hmm.
SQL that can help with
Mm-hmm.
automation. But now, with cloud, not only Oracle, but with any cloud, DBA must have knowledge on Terraform, for example, because on Terraform, you can deploy your entire database server just using some lines of code. But why
Mm-hmm.
DBA must be interested in that?
Okay.
Because, for example, if you are going to deploy lots of databases following the same standards, you
Mm-hmm.
don't need to click and click and click millions of times. You can
Okay.
use always the same code, and of course, just change the variables. For example, change the name of the server, change the shape. Shape is how many CPUs, how many memory, all the right capacity stuff. So you can just
Mm-hmm.
change some variables and deploy your environment using code. So you can do
Okay.
deployment for hundreds of environments in few seconds. That's it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So you have covered my next question. So I'm not asking means what are the key points to the cloud. So my next question is what are the challenges DBAs can face when he is transitioning on-premises database to a cloud-based environment. So what are the challenges DBA will face in this transition according to your experience?
Okay. Yeah. So let's split this answer in two parts. Okay. The first part, I would say that it's the generical part. So this generical part, the common challenge here is, I would say, regarding security. This is the first
Okay.
point,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't have, sorry, uh, you can't have
No.
your server in your database open to everyone. That's the first
Mm-hmm.
challenge. But why
Mm-hmm.
I say that I will split in two parts? Because another part is regarding how to move to cloud.
Okay.
Because on your on premises, you can have, for example, your database running under Linux environments, under Windows environments, for example, under IBM AIX environment. So
Yeah.
if you are going to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, for example, you don't have IBM servers there. You don't have IBM
Okay.
operating system there. So
Okay.
to migrate your database from IBM to Linux, it's technically possible, but you need to study what would be your best approach to migrate this. So I would
Okay.
say the most challenging is regarding migration to cloud, regarding replatform, and also
Okay.
mainly regarding downtime, because when you are working with databases, um, usually you have very huge database with
Okay.
lots of terabytes of size. So move to cloud, terabytes of size is not fast.
Mm. Okay.
So to copy your entire database to cloud maybe can take few days.
Okay.
During those few days, your company is still working, still running their business. So
Okay.
how can you move to cloud with a minimum downtime? So as a
Yes.
DBA, I would say that the main challenge is to choose the best approach to migrate your database to cloud with the minimum downtime possible, and
Mm-hmm.
making sure that performance after you migrate to cloud will still be acceptable to the client. The client will not face
Okay.
any issues regarding performance.
Okay. Thank you. So, as you know that every DBA is worried about the career. So, my next question is, what opportunity does the cloud era present to the DBA in terms of career growth and development?
Perfect. Well, I said before that in the past, the DBAs, they usually were concerned about learn about database, SQL, right? I mean, just the database part. So I would say that in terms of opportunities, is to learn not only about database, but
Okay.
about computer architecture,
Okay.
right? The overall computer architecture. So a DBA in
Yes.
the cloud will have the chance, if not have the chance to work with this before, but we have the chance to learn about everything that you need to run in the cloud.
Okay.
So I would say, if you are a DBA, if you are learning cloud, it's very good because learning cloud will open doors to you, not only to work with database, but you can work also with as a cloud architect. Why?
Okay.
Because learning about network, learning about automation, learn about security, all this stuff, you can become also cloud architect. That's the reason that I became a cloud architect in the past. My first project for Enkitec in 2018, it was to work as a cloud architect for a project. A client was deploying their solution in the Oracle Cloud infrastructure. In that time, I would say I worked 90% of the time on the project as a cloud architect and only 10% as a DBA. So
Okay.
it was great to me. So I learned Terraform, I learned Ansible, I learned lots of features that maybe as a DBA, on-premises DBA, I'll never have the chance for that. So I would say the big opportunities to learn about new technologies and new stuff.
So, according to you, suppose anybody wants to enter into Cloud DBA, so he should know as well as the database administrator part, as well as Ansible, as well as Terraform. You said that, and also DevOps also required for this.
Uh, as a cloud architect, yes. As a DBA, I would say, it's not required, but it's good to have knowledge on this
Okay.
because, for example, when we're talking about DevOps, right? Let's talk about Ansible. So I work for a client that they have lots of database running for SAP applications. Okay, in the past they used it to apply the Oracle database patches, but when you are running a database for SAP, SAP provides the patch for you. We call it SBP, SAP Bundle Patch. They use it to have a maintenance window of 11 hours, 10 hours to apply all the patches on their SAP databases, Oracle SAP databases, and then I just recognize a chance to use Ansible. So let's talk about DevOps,
Okay.
because in all the servers they are always following the same steps for all the servers, the same steps. Of course, the path for the Oracle Home change, the database name change, the database server change, but all the steps are always the same.
Okay.
Two big challenges there. First, about downtime, 10, 11 hours for the entire downtime.
Okay.
Second,
Okay.
regarding human errors, because they are always repeating the same steps for
Yes.
dozens of servers, and sometimes you'll just miss one important step in one server, and then
Okay.
you need to re-execute from the beginning on the server. So
Yes.
for this
True.
client specifically, I created an Ansible playbook to apply the patches. So we have a list of the servers with all the variables, Oracle Home, the name, all the stuff. And then when we have a new patch to apply, we just trigger the execution from the Ansible server and just watch. You can drink your
Okay.
water, your coffee, your tea, just watch. You don't need to do anything else. So
Okay.
before 10 hours, now 1 hour and a half for all
Okay.
environments.
Okay.
So when you talk about DevOps, I would say it's not required, but if you are learning, it will be excellent for you and to your company because you can speed up your processes and well, everyone can go to the bed earlier. You don't need to re-execute any step because you always are following the same standard, the same rule for every service. So it's good to, I think it's still is not required, but it's good to have knowledge on DevOps.
Okay, thank you so much. So, according to you, what are the recommended training programs for the DBA to adopt the cloud knowledge or technology?
Perfect. Well, I'll talk mostly about Oracle because it's my background, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Oracle every year they are um, giving the chance to the community to make some free training and some free
Mm-hmm.
certification. So usually they do this until May or April, and then they close the free certifications. But I would say even that's not free, it is still good. The Oracle training about cloud is they have lots of very good trainings courses, right? So you can learn from the beginning. So if you don't have any knowledge on cloud, I would say if you start with the foundation
Yeah.
training, it will be very good. You'll be able to learn at least the basic stuff. You can go then to the associate training where you have uh, a little deeper training in all the stuff, and then you have the professional training where you have the chance to learn more details about the features for cloud. So
Okay.
what training recommend training? I would say first the Oracle University training, and second, there are trainings in the market, right? So even the Udemy, you can get some basic training from there. But I would
Yes.
say that
Yes.
the best trainings for Oracle are still for the Oracle University. That's
Mm-hmm.
not a sponsor speech. I really
Yeah.
like their trainings, right?
True. True.
I'm not receiving any money from them to talk about that, but
Yes.
the trainings are still good. But yes, we have some also some good trainings outside the Oracle official trainings. Udemy,
Okay.
you can find some good trainings there.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So, how do cloud-based database solutions address security and compliance concern compared to traditional on-premises database systems?
Very good question. Uh, every database you are running on Oracle Cloud, every database is already encrypted. On Oracle database, you have the TDE,
Yeah.
transparent data encryption, where you can encrypt your table spaces, right?
Yes.
So in the past, when you were running on premises, TDE is part of an option called advanced security option. So if your client have the Oracle Enterprise Edition, the client can pay for an extra option, which is the advanced security option. So paying
Hmm.
for this extra option, you can use TDE for encrypt your database. So what is TDE? TDE
Yeah.
is the encryption at rest. So you have your
Hmm.
database, you have your physical files on your server. In the
Yeah.
past, if anyone that get access to the server can copy your files to outside, can open your database in any place in the world. But if you
Yes.
are using TDE, your database is encrypted. So with
Hmm.
TDE, you have a wallet with your encryption key, your master key. So if anyone get access to the server and copy the database files, the data files, well, without the password for the wallet, if the wallet is password and not auto open wallet,
Hmm.
you can just, I mean, anyone that get access to the database not able to read the files because they are
Yes.
encrypted. So
Okay.
regarding about security, in Oracle Cloud, all the database comes with TD, all database editions, even the standard comes with TD.
Yes.
So when you are building your database in the Oracle Cloud, you are choosing your database,
Okay.
it comes with TD. Of course, if you create a virtual machine, if you install the
Hmm.
Oracle binaries by yourself, if you create your database by
Hmm.
yourself manually,
Hmm.
this database will not have TD until you enable and configure TD. But if you are using the database solutions for Oracle Cloud, right? All database as a service in Oracle Cloud comes with TD. So how cloud address security? So first point, all database will be encrypted at rest with TD. That's first point. Second, all the servers, all the networks comes with no access by default.
Okay.
So it's not open to everyone. So it's no access by default. So if you would like to open some part or some IP, you need to specify this explicitly. So it's not open by default to everyone. So it's closed by to everyone. So how Oracle addresses? Oracle will close, and then you must choose properly and carefully to make sure you're not exposing your database to the world. So how cloud addresses the security? First, encryption at rest. Second, will close access to everyone. And well, I will not talk about physical access to the data centers because we must believe that this will be very controlled, right? So we don't have access to the physical data centers.
Yes.
Talk about cloud, and we need to rely that they are doing their job regarding physical access.
Okay. Thank you so much. So my next question is, as you know, because DBA is worried about the cloud era, we will lose the job in India. We will. Many DBA ask this question. So how can DBAs adopt to the rapid pace of change in cloud technology and stay up to date with the latest development? We can say. What is your point in that way?
Well, I will start talking about continuous learning. That's
Okay.
the first key, the main key about adapting to the rapid change in the cloud. So as DBAs, we must always stay updated with the latest technologies, latest versions, latest features, right?
Okay.
In the cloud, I would say everything changes very fast,
Okay.
faster than in their own premises. So why? Because on the cloud, they can just release new features in 2 or 3 months. So I would say continuous learning. I
Okay.
know that DBAs, not only in India, I would say to you, but in the entire world, in Brazil also, people are concerned about, am I going to lose my job because of the Oracle? For example, if you read about Oracle Autonomous Database, right?
Yeah.
I had a session where where I talk about Oracle Cloud, and I remember that on 2005, when Oracle releases Oracle 10G, okay, the announcement, it was the self-driving database.
Yes.
2005, so almost 20 years ago, the
Yeah.
self-driving database. So when Oracle releases the Autonomous on 2018, the first autonomous database, the first self-driving, self blah blah blah, self-security. So I would say I don't believe that DBAs will lose their jobs because of cloud. I would say that DBAs must adapt their careers to work with cloud.
Yes.
If you remember, when we start our session today, I spoke that in the past, deploy a solution took months. In the
Yes.
cloud, you can have just this in minutes. So if
Yes.
DBAs are still thinking that they will spend a lot of time deploying some stuff, that's not true. So in the cloud, for example, DBAs must have good knowledge on performance because
Yeah.
performance is still matters,
Yes.
right? You are not spending time building your lines, but
Yes.
when you have your company is running their application, performance still matters, and it's not
Okay.
because you are in the cloud that boom, magic, you don't have performance issues anymore. You still have. Why? Because you can have Oracle, you can have a SQL entity as a select that will do full table scans, or maybe will access the objects in not the optimal way, or maybe your database doesn't have the optimizer statistics updated. So this kind of, okay, but cloud will do this for me. Okay, but you need to make sure you are running the best way.
Yeah.
So I would say cloud came to help us to be more agile. So
Okay.
you don't need to spend time with stuff that is not important. For example, can I talk about this? For example,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when Oracle were running on Oracle version 8,
Yes.
Oracle uses the rollback segments to manage their transactions rollback, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
The rollback segments are managed manually by
Yeah.
DBAs. So sometimes it was a nightmare to manage that. Then when Oracle released the 9i, Oracle came with the automatic undo management. You just need to
Yes.
create your undo table space and all the magic will be happening there. See,
Yes.
it is part of some automation of our job, right?
Yeah.
So you stop spending time on that thing, and you can maybe use your time for more proactive job. So I would say that cloud, the DBAs continues learning the key, but you must be proactive to make sure you still are important to your organization. Because if you are not important, probably another DBA will be hired and then will be important to the organization.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you had given best example of rollback segment in 8i. It was very difficult, and now 9i undo management. Then 10G we have SGA target to manage all the memories, and then 11G we have PGA target. Memory target to manage
Memory.
SGA and PGA. So like this, Oracle is moving to autonomous type. So DBA burden will be released, right? So you have mentioned very good point. So my next question is, where do you see the future of DBA in terms of cloud technologies?
Well, the DBA will not be a DBA only in the future.
Okay.
Uh, See, I'm sounding repetitive, but this is what I believe. A
Yes.
DBA
Yes.
will not be only a DBA in the future. It will not work with only the database. I told you
Hmm.
in my first project at Enkitec, I was a cloud architect. See, I was a DBA. We have some challenges regarding application, and well,
Hmm.
I could just do that. I'm a
Okay.
DBA. I'm working with database, and this doesn't matter for me. But
Hmm.
see, there I saw a chance to learn something that I didn't knew at the time.
Hmm.
So, okay, let's do that. So a DBA will not be only a DBA in the future. This is the most important thing. You must know about automation,
Hmm.
DevOps, network, all this stuff that I spoke before. I still will keep this answer because a DBA will not only work with database in the cloud.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Because we have so much worried about the cloud era and autonomous, so that's why I'm asking these questions. So my next question is also the same, but I want to add from you some point. What advice you can give to the DBA who is preparing for the future of the profession?
Excellent question. So, what advice? First, foundation in the cloud. You must know about some basic stuff, right?
Okay.
Second, about database security. Why? Because when I'm saying about database security, I'm talking about TDE, of course, but not only
Mm-hmm.
TDE. But for
Mm-hmm.
example, when I work with database, you can
Mm-hmm.
audit, right, your
Mm-hmm.
sessions, or you have some important table you would like to enable the audit for that table. So in the cloud, security matters.
Okay.
So you must know you should go to know how you can make sure that the right people are seeing the right data, and not the wrong people is accessing the wrong data for them. So I would say that a DBA must mainly focus on training and get some strong foundation, the cloud computing, database security, not be lazy to learn about new stuff. So continuous learning, and of course, be adaptable for new stuff, because in the cloud, every time we are learning new stuff, right?
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, that's it from my side to discuss whatever. So what is the one key line for our listener for this cloud era, if you can?
Yeah, sure. Before I talk about this, just talk about some features, right? We are talking about the rollback segments, but if you remember, on 9i, we still have the stat spec, right?
Yeah.
And then on 10G, we
Yeah.
have the AWR, correct?
Yeah.
So very improvement for good improvement for us, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
just at this parenthesis, I would like to say, because all the time Oracle is improving. So if you see about the features for 23 AI, right? Last week now, Oracle just released that the database, the 23C now is 23 AI. We have
Yeah.
lots of features there. So the main point here, if you are DBA, if you are still a traditional DBA, work with database for, it doesn't matter, 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, it doesn't matter. If you are a traditional DBA, well, you must learn about cloud as soon as you can. Why? I strongly believe that the huge environments in the future will all move to cloud. And why? Not not only because it's good to have your um, I mean your cloud features available for you, but for
Yeah.
example, let's talk about uh, the big companies. They do lots of financial incentives to companies move to cloud. So if the client is spending millions of dollars in licensing, they will get some discount to move to cloud. So it's also about money. So
Yeah.
sometimes when a company is moving to cloud, it's not only because they are looking for some new technology or some new feature, or maybe to have the chance to run with some scalability, right? So scale up, scale down by demand. No, maybe they are moving to cloud because of money. They are maybe getting some discount when they are moving to cloud. So I would say that if you're a traditional DBA, you must start learning about cloud, not only Oracle Cloud, but all the clouds, AWS, GCP, Azure. But of course, as an Oracle DBA, you must learn about Oracle Cloud, because
Yeah.
it's the main cloud for our the Oracle DBAs.
Yes. And also Oracle is moving very fast in terms of cloud adaptation in the database world. So because Oracle is started very late, like other vendors started very early, but Oracle is improving so much fast because we know that everybody is using Oracle database, whether it's a banking, whether it is a telecom, big, where big financial things are using Oracle. So that's why DBA should learn Oracle Cloud first, OCI, according to your suggestion, as well as I understand this also. And same way they can learn also Azure, because Oracle and Microsoft has a collaboration. So DBA should learn Azure also. Am I correct?
Yes, you said a good point, because Uh, Oracle, yes, from the big vendors is the one that runs late about cloud, right? But I totally agree with you. But to think about database solutions, uh, on Oracle Cloud, you can have Exadata.
Yeah.
So we don't have this. I mean, we don't have this in other vendors, right? So
Yeah.
Exadata it is state of art for database solutions because you have
Yeah.
performance, you have scalability, you have availability, right? You have
Yes.
uh, fault tolerance, and all this stuff. So I would say that on Oracle Cloud is the younger one from the
Hmm.
vendors, and
Hmm.
but also I can see that we have lots of opportunities to learn, right? Because in the past, for example, if you think about AWS, you have the RDS databases. They are database as a service, right? You almost don't have control what you can do there. We can do something, but you don't have. For example, you can simply do all the stuff that you can as a DBA. And in the
Yeah.
Oracle Cloud, the database as a service gives more control to the DBA. So even the database as a service, of course, I'm not talking about autonomous here, but if
Hmm.
you think about the DBCS, right, the database cloud service offers, you can, for example, run your virtual machine, even your Exadata, you still have
Yes.
access to your prompt as a sys, which is great talking about DBA. So even in the cloud, you still have lots of control on your database. But yes, talk about all the vendors, but specific about Microsoft in Oracle Cloud, they have across the world some regions that the clouds are interconnected by a
Yes.
very high channel, right? So
Hmm.
high fast channel. So uh, some companies run their applications in Windows, and of course,
Yes.
for them, probably it's better to run this in the Azure because
Hmm.
it's native to the Microsoft Word. But the
Yeah.
client also runs your application in Windows, but your database on Oracle Cloud. And
Hmm.
with this partnership between Oracle and Microsoft, that's great because the client, for example, can use the Azure console to
Hmm.
create Oracle database to run in the Oracle Cloud infrastructure. It's totally
Yes.
integrated, right? The Oracle database at Azure is that you are creating your databases from the Azure console, but you are
Hmm.
creating your database in cloud, in Oracle Cloud,
Yeah.
sorry. So
Yes.
this is great. So I mean,
Hmm.
hopefully we will have more this multi-cloud in the
Hmm.
future. I would say that to the market, to the companies, everyone will win if we have more integration between all the vendors. Of course, we know that sometimes we never will see that because they also are competitors. So it's difficult maybe to have all the clouds talk with each other. I mean, seamlessly with no issues because I mean they can talk seamlessly with no issues. You want to create your network channels, but what I'm
Yeah.
saying is more integration, right?
Yes.
In the higher level, so the clients will benefit from that. That's the first
Okay.
point.
Thank you so much. I had taken so much time off your weekend, so I'm honored. Our
No,
audience is honored. So that's it from my side, and I'm ending this wonderful sessions, and I will upload soon, and I will link you so that you can watch and share it. Thank you
it's a
very
pleasure to
much.
me. Thank you. Have an excellent week, and thank you very much. It's an
Okay.
honor to be here. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye. Bye. Yeah, guys. So this is Marcus. We had done a wonderful session with him. He's Oracle Ace Pro, he's blogger, he's cloud architect in Accenture Group. So now I'm stopping here, and next week on 12th May at 11 a.m., Sandeep is coming. He's AWS community hero. He's from Kolkata. He's doing so much helping writing blogs, writing recording sessions and all. So we are waiting to invite him on next 12th May. So that is Sunday, I think. So please stay tuned with us and watch AhmadTech channel, and the handle is AhmadTech91, and myself, Riaz Ahmad Ansari. I'm posting the videos, I'm writing the technologies on cloud and rack these days on LinkedIn, so you can access and read. And as Marcus said, that DBA should not stop learning, so continuous learning is the best way to adopt the new technologies in the job world or in the DBA world. So that is my the suggestions. Please join us, please support us, so that we can bring more speakers. And please like, share, comment, and give thumbs up sign to us, so that we can do more hard work to share the knowledge in the DBA community, whether it is a database related, whether it is a cloud related. So I'm eager to help you guys. So that's it from my side, and please pray for me also. Thank you.